Hi, in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I have been noticing lately and how I am so happy about the creation process, the co-creation process between me and my crystal babies, and how I am so excited about what I have been observing lately. It has become very, very clear to me, especially in the last few weeks, how the gap between the moment of intention, the moment we set our intentions, and the moment when these things, these intentions materialize, is becoming shorter and shorter. Have you guys experienced anything like this lately? Have you noticed? Has it come to your awareness that things are happening very, very quickly, and these gaps between the moment we set intentions, the moment we create the crystal grids, and the moment those intentions materialize is just closing in very, very fast? Has anything like this happened to you? You know, I'm shocked about this only because sometimes, we create intentions and we sort of imagine that these things will take a process, or that, well, it might not happen as easily as we think, or that it might be a little complicated for these things to become reality. And sometimes, if you're like me, I usually have in my mind, even though I believe in the magic of creation, and I do the magic of creation, my logical mind and my humanness sometimes comes forward, and my process of creation is, well, I'm going to plant the seed, I'm going to water the seed is going to germinate, and then there'll be a process of growth, and then I'm going to reap what I sow. So that has usually been the logical process that I sort of in my mind adhere to. So when certain things happen, when magic happens, sometimes I do a double take, a triple take, multiple takes before it really sinks in that what I have been intending, my infusions of love, my labor of love, is finally here. Have you guys just sort of experienced anything like this? Wow, I have to share with you because I'm really, really, really excited. You know, for a long, long time, I love crystal grids. I love creating crystal grids because it allows me, when I create a crystal grid, it allows my humanness to step aside and allows my higher self to emerge to assist me in the process of creation, either through the energy and the power of intention or through the surrender to the universal, to sort of ask for universal assistance to help my dreams emerge. You know, sometimes in our logical human mind, or in our humanness, we get stuck because we don't know what to do or how to move. So sometimes when you use tools such as crystals, or when you're creating a crystal grids, you are sort of stepping aside and allowing certain kind of movement to come from the universe. By you stepping back and creating, you allow the energies that are here to support you, to help you in the process of manifestation. That is why I love to use tools like crystal grids, because it expands your creativity. So you're not stuck in one rigid mindset. I tell you, crystals rock. The energy of crystals, the energy of sacred geometry, the power of intention does magic. But that's beside the point at this particular time. But even though I'm so happy about that whole process, the thing is, do you know how happy one can get when something that has long been in your mind suddenly becomes reality in the most unexpected way? Even though you knew that you were creating this thing and this is what you have always hoped for, when it finally emerges and you see your creation, do you know how happy that can make you? Well, it happened to me. So what I was going to say, what I was going to say is that I have always loved to make crystal grids, and this is my rose quartz crystal, Love. She's called Love because she has, anyway, I call her Love. This is how she feels, and she has a very global energy. And this particular stone is usually for, I use it to infuse the love energy to my family, my friends, the world, different situations and different circumstances that really don't have anything to do directly with me, even though I know that everything has everything to do with me. But this is usually my global stone for love. I have another crystal here. This is a Rosie. I call her Rosie. She's also a rose quartz crystal. This is more of a personal a stone of and it's usually my stone for anxiety. So every time I have anxiety, I take Rosie, and Rosie comes to my rescue. I place her on my solar plexus, and she really helps me to infuse love. And love drives out any kind of fear and really helps to sort of balance me out. So this is Rosie and this is Love, my rose quartz crystals for different purposes. It's very important to know why each crystal is in your life. Even if it's the same kind of stone, it's always very important to know why each crystal is in your life and what specific purpose and assistance they're here to offer you at this time. So I've been using Love for the purposes of sending and infusing love to groups. And such groups are groups like my family. I usually have sticky notes like this one where I have, names of members of my family, or it could be anything, and sacred symbols and words on it. And I usually place these kinds of the sticky under Rosie, under my rose quartz Love. And sometimes I have stickies like this one. It just depends on how I'm feeling creative that day. So this is another kind of sticky where there's me in the center, the first love heart, then there's family, friends, the world, then there's my little, my sacred geometrical shape of as above, so below, as within, so without. And then I have joy and love you to all these people. And I usually place these sticky notes under my rose quartz crystal. And I have the intention of love flowing from these crystals to these people and to these circumstances, or whatever I have underneath this stone of a global nature or of a group nature. So the infusion of love, the energy of love, the floods of love, I intend for those energies to really reach out and touch these people and assist them in their lives in whichever way, so that no matter what circumstance they're going through, that energy of love can help them in the process of growth and evolution. And I love to use this method because it's a very indirect way of reaching out, even though everything is direct. It's an indirect way of sending out love and assistance. So you're not really sort of going at people directly and trying to offer yourself or bombard people with whatever, so that you can allow people to go through their processes of growth and evolution. Everyone is here on a soul contract. People have contracted to go through certain processes in their lives, and we have to allow people the space to really become who they are, to transcend everything that they're experiencing, so that they can grow and become the people that they are. So sometimes we just have to send lots of love to assist in the process, as opposed to really trying to, ram things down people's throats. People will be in total resistance if that is the approach. When people are ready, they will sort of come into that information. They will be guided. Their higher selves and the universe really knows how to create opportunities for people to be where they need to be at the right time. So I have learned that lesson, and I just allow people to be who they are. So my main way of sending out energy is just through sending love energy of the highest frequency. And usually I do that by, things like this, putting stickies under this rose quartz crystal, because I know at all times this energy will be radiating and radiating and radiating love to them under every circumstance. So the interesting thing that just happened, I recently noticed that some of these people that I have on my sticky notes that I've been sending intentions of love to, suddenly they have changed. I'm beginning to notice that they have become so filled with light. They have become so loving. They have become so enjoyable to be around. They have started, really being, I cannot even begin to tell you, the change has started happening in their lives. Change is happening in their lives. I noticed that certain things have been happening that have made me a little shocked and, dazed, because I couldn't put two and two together, because sometimes when things happen, because it happens so fast, and it kind of shocks your brain, because how did this thing happen? You know what I'm saying? How can this person who used to be like that suddenly be like this. Like, you sort of can't believe it. This is what has been happening to me. Wonderful things have been happening to a group of people that have been under my rose quartz crystal, and it has been a sustained behavior. I have noticed it over a period of time. So I now know that it's just not flukes, right? It's just not a fluke. It just didn't happen just like that. Something has been happening. But, I just couldn't figure it out until recently. One of my rituals, this is how I knew for sure what had been happening. One of my daily nighttime rituals is when I'm laying on my bed at night, just before I go to sleep, I usually turn on very high vibration music, or I listen to high vibrating beings or wonderful beings who spread and share love and light in the highest frequency, and listen to beautiful messages. It really always just depends on what I'm feeling or who I choose on any given night. But usually what happens, I let the messages play out for an hour or two as I sleep. So sometimes I'll listen to it for 10 minutes and then I'll fall asleep. And then what usually happens that I have noticed is that sometimes the message that I need to hear wakes me up. When someone is talking about something that I need to hear, I find myself waking up. So the other night, like 2 weeks ago or something, it suddenly occurred to me, like I just heard this message. I was sleeping and then I heard the message that what you are experiencing has already happened. And I woke up, I heard it, I jumped up, and all my cells were at attention. I knew that it was so important. The way my body felt, I knew I had to listen to that message. What you are experiencing has already happened. And I was thinking to myself, what does this mean? And suddenly the images of these people that have been on my sticky note, under my crystal grid, appeared, and it occurred to me at that time that the moment that Caroline, the moment you set your intentions, the moment you wrote those names down and placed them under your crystal grid, it was done. At the moment of intention, everything that you hoped and wished and the love energy that you sent out, accomplished its purpose. It was done at that moment. So now what you're seeing is you're walking into that experience. What you're experiencing now, what you're looking around and wondering, oh my God, what happened to this person, is an experience that already happened the moment you placed those beautiful people under that stone. The moment that intention was set, the magic happened then. So I was so excited, you have no idea. It suddenly occurred to me that, so many things have been suddenly occurring to me, but it just occurred to me how things are happening very quickly and how much more it's going to be so exciting to keep making intentions, powerful intentions, because the magic happens then. To keep my thoughts in check, because the intentions, whether good or bad, are happening very, very quickly. And thirdly, it occurred to me that I should not trust really what I see with my physical eyes. Because what I'm seeing with my physical eyes, as I observe these people that I love so much, as I observe the changes in their lives, I see the beauty. But the thing is, I still cannot discuss with them who I really am. They still do not see me for who I really am. I still can't talk spirituality to them. I still can't talk crystals to them. But yet, I can see that the love that I have been sending, and maybe many other people as well have been sending, I'm seeing the change in their own lives. And not only that, I'm beginning to meet these specific people on the astral plane. I'm beginning to meet them on other dimensions. I see what they're doing, the good things they're doing, their lives as realized beings on other dimensions. So on the physical level, it's not tangible, maybe to them what's occurring, but to me, to us, the magicians, the ones who send love, the ones who send light, the ones who are creating, it's now becoming possible to observe very quickly what our intentions are. Things are happening. We don't have to look at things from the physical. Things are happening beneath the layers. Set the intentions, guys. It's just so exciting that every intention that we are setting is occurring at that specific moment. Of course, I understood this thing and I knew this thing mentally, but sometimes you have to have an experience. Sometimes light bulbs have to go on, off in your head for it to become clear that things are happening. Once you get the experience of something, the understanding has to be deep. It has to come from inside. So it's just not mental. Like, I do know some of these things. I do know them and I see a lot of things happening. But sometimes it's just like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that finally, the energies of love have gone forward and are touching the lives of people. And I'm just so hopeful because what else can we do? What else can you do? What else is going to happen? Don't look at things from the physical realm because a lot of things are happening. Things are changing. It's time to keep setting intentions and, really ensuring that our thoughts are exactly what we want. Thoughts of love. Thoughts of love. And just wait for the results. It's just a beautiful, beautiful time. So that has been my realization, guys. You know what? There's no accident. There's no accident. It's just time to let's create things. Let's do what we gotta do. Let's just send love everywhere. It's happening and I'm just so excited. So thank you, guys. I love you. Let's keep creating. We are miracle workers and miracles are happening and magic is happening and it's such an exciting, exciting time. Oh, before I go, let me know if you've noticed anything like this. It will be just so interesting to hear your perspective. Love you. Mwah. Bye.